taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Gets the back moving. Using his feet. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Russell. Under fire. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Gator fans love to see their teams light up the scoreboard, but they'll take the defense bringing the heat too.
And I think that was a staple, Reese. Back in the day, you had great offenses for Florida, but the teams that really had the most success and that reached the highest mountaintops, they had great defense to go with it. This defense playing well.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. To the air on first down. Got his man quickly. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Chucked it away just as he was hit. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got the big pause on it, but couldn't hang on. Instead, it'll be 4th down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Dropping back, it's Russell. There's the pressure. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Let's talk about Alabama. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it? Picked off. What a way to set him up.
Man, that is just great.
The Crimson Tide pinned deep in their own end, trying to find a little breathing room. Looking to throw on first down. He tries to take the top off. Makes the catch on the right side. Open spaces. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosive. He lets it fly. He's got it on the left. Touchdown! Defense really missed an opportunity to keep them backed up there. It's 1st and 10 from the 23. Quarterback keeper. Turning it on. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
He wants to go deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down.
He's got it. 1st down and more. At the 35, he's loose. Speeding down the left side. And he ran it. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Back to throw, it's Russell. That's caught, it's Singleton. They get him down at the 36, it will be a 1st down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. Still on his feet. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. Alabama pushing the tempo. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to let it go. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He'll take another shot here. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
Man, another.
First play of the drive, wants to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. Catch in stride inside the 15. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He wants it all. Touchdown! Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. On the move. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Russell. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defense.
He's going for the big play. Got it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, this guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a 2nd right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the...
And he takes it in for the... They'll send the back in motion. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Backed up now, here's second and long. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections. But the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead. And a lot of times for a loss and put the offense in a bind.
And they'll miss the connection here on third down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And he loses the football on the return.
Because of the big collisions on kickoff team, you don't see a lot of that in practice. You don't do that because you don't want to get each other hurt. A lot of open field, big collisions, big forced fumble, big momentum play created.
And they bring him down quickly, but a good game there.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Quick strike complete. And he's brought down after a nice game. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's been throwing bullets all over the field.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football.
Touchdown time! They want to run this quarterback. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. They'll go to work on second down after doing damage on the ground. Wide receiver going in motion. The give from the gun. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Hauls it in, the first down and more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Tide with the 1st and 10. A run for the quarterback. As they say, touchdown, first down, or get down. He gets down. They're dealing with a second and long. Sends it back in motion. This is a designed run. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Hill. Jukes his way for more. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. The give as they work on that clock. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Running back searching for a hole. And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. And
I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Just going to keep it after the snap. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. 4th down in inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. Makes a catch, 1st down and maybe a lot more. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
And that just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Well, this quarterback normally makes defenses look very silly week in, week out with his speed, but he has yet to face a defense like this. This defense accepted the challenge. They have stepped up. They have been disruptive. They have been living in the backfield all game long. That already the 3rd sack of the game for this unit.
And that is just a... them in the shadow of their own goalpost inside the 5. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Looking downfield, it's Rhodes. The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
Takes the handoff. It's Green. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
And I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.